We open with Tyrion walking through King's Landing, or at least what's left of it. He's going to make sure that his lifelong dream came true, which is being the tallest Lannister alive. Daenerys finally reaches her final form, and the Unsullied seem to have performed some sort of mitosis and tripled in numbers. Here Dany gives a great speech where she's telling her soldiers that they liberated King's Landing but the war is not over, and how they're going to liberate the rest of the world from Winterfell to Dawn. Jon is like, wait, did she say Winterfell? I'm pretty sure she said Winterfell. Tyrion takes off the hand of the Queen Pin and throws it onto the ground, but we all know where he wanted to shove it. Jon goes to visit Tyrion in his cell and Tyrion's like, yo, can you please kill your crazy ass girlfriend before I get roasted like a chicken? Jon goes to Dany and he's like, can you stop killing all these innocent people? It kinda turns me off. No, I'm not killing them, Jon. I'm liberating them. See the difference? So he finally sees how crazy she is and stabs her right in the heart. Literally and metaphorically. Drogon finds his mother dead and looks at Jon like, did he do this? And Jon's like, yo man, wasn't me, it was the chair. So Drogon melts the shit out of the chair and Jon's thinking, come on dude, I was gonna sit on that. Sansa asks Grey Worm why he didn't bring her brother to her, and Grey Worm says it's because it's his city now and he will do what he wants. And Sansa's like, these fucking refugees, huh? Why don't you go back to where you came from? Sir Davos suggests that a bunch of cockless soldiers start their own house. Does anyone else see the problem with this, or is it just me? Edmure gets up and submits his application to be king of the Seven Kingdoms, and Sansa's like, Uncle, please sit your dumbass back down. I'm gonna give it to him though, the guy tried. And Uncle Sam is like, well, maybe we should try some democracy, huh? Tyrion tells them, well, how about instead of breaking the wheel, we add one, and we get the rolling throne instead of the iron throne. What do you say, Bran the Broken? I think I rolled all the way down here. Tyrion the dwarf. Sansa does a little expose and tells everyone that he can't be a king because his pee-pee doesn't work. Everyone agrees for Bran to be king, except Sansa, and she's like, I know you're gonna be a good king and all, but I wanted to be queen since season 1, little brother. How about you give me one of the kingdoms, maybe the north? And he's like, well, I did see your porno where you lost your virginity, so I guess we're even. Tyrion informs Jon that he's being sent to the Night's Watch, and Jon is like, wait, I think I'm having deja vu right now. Is there still a Night's Watch? Grey Worm and the Unsullied make sure they pack their swimsuits cause they go into the beach. Jon is like, so after this guy goes I can come back home, right? Sansa's like, no. But why? Cause if you come back home, they'll want you to be a king and I wanted to be queen since season 1. So can you just leave now? This guy is a bitch ass fuckboy. Oh, and also he died protecting his sister, who he was fucking by the way. Everyone is sitting at the council and Bran rolls in with his vintage Targaryen designed rolling throne. He's like, it seems like we're missing a master of war, a master of law, a master of whispers, and a master of ramps. Ghost finally gets the pet that he always deserved. Then in the end it looks like the Starks won the Game of Thrones, with Bran becoming king of the Six Kingdoms, Sansa becoming the queen in the north, Jon becoming king beyond the wall, and Arya becoming Dora the Explorer. So this episode was kinda good. It wasn't the best, but it also wasn't the worst. A lot of people are hating on the writers, and in the end I think for a show this big, no matter what they wrote, there will always be a percentage of people that won't like it. And while it could have been better and received less backlash, I also think it could have been much worse and received even more backlash. So I'm really fine with the middle ground here. There were a bunch of things that I liked and a bunch of things that I didn't like so much. I wanna start with the things that I liked. The cinematography was amazing in this episode, and I really liked the acting, and I liked how they brought Tyrion back. It seemed like he was the old Tyrion again. I also liked some of the other scenes, especially the ones with Tyrion in him. This one being when he found Jaime and Cersei dead, and then when he had a nice conversation with Jon. I thought that was brilliant. Also his speech in the dragon pit, I thought that was the dragon pit, but his speech there was also pretty good. After all, that's what Tyrion does best, speaking and just saying things in a different way. Also the scene where Drogon found Dany and he was trying to wake her up, and then he took her away and melted the Iron Throne, that looked very amazing. Brienne filling out the book for Jaime, I was expecting that for a long time, and I thought it was an amazing ending for their story. And in the end, I'm a big Stark fan. It's my favorite house, and I'm really glad that they all ended up doing things that they wanted and being kings and queens. As for the things that I didn't like so much, of course there was the rushing The whole episode was supposed to be like 3 weeks or a month in the Game of Thrones world. I really thought D&D could have used the extra episodes to make the writing really shine. And again, I don't think it's a fault of the writing or the cinematography or the directing or anything. I really think it's just they didn't give themselves enough room to write what they envisioned. Also, I didn't like in the scene with the dragon pit where Grey Worm just goes from savage back to compliant to savage again to okay, I guess that will do. I know a lot of people didn't like how the episode was really jokey, but I really think the humor was needed after the last episode. It was full of horror and tragedy, and I think like for an ending it should be a bit more cheerful, even though it's Game of Thrones. After all, this is supposed to be a dream of spring. I really want to talk about the cinematography and the filming. I really gotta hand into the special effect guys. There was a great moment where Drogon appears from under the snow and ash, or I think that's snow and ash. It just looked fantastic. Also, one of my favorite shots in the entire series is where Daenerys is coming out to talk to the soldiers and Drogon spreads his wing behind her, and it looks like she really became the dragon and embraced the fire and blood. And since we're talking about that scene, I think what Emilia Clarke did there was really amazing. To give a speech that powerful in a made up language was really just fantastic to watch. I really think she deserves an Emmy for that one. Now I want to talk about how everything ended. As I said before, I'm a big Stark fan, and I was really happy with how it ended. Although I did think that maybe Jon should have died, but it's not a big deal after all. But I really didn't understand why they should separate the North and a Stark rules the Six Kingdoms and then another Stark rules the North. Can you give a chance to the other houses? Bran becoming the king was really unexpected. There was no foreshadowing for it or not really any reason for it. And that's another reason why I think they should have taken more episodes. Maybe if they had some time to set up some of the stories, then they would have had better endings, or the endings would have had some more sense. But I did think that everyone ended up where they should be. Sansa being queen in the north, Arya becoming an explorer, Tyrion is now the Hand, and of course my boy Davos is now the master of ships. I'm really happy for that. I really think some of the fans are angrier than they should be. After all, it's just a TV series, and if it's not entertaining for you, then maybe you should find another series that is entertaining for you. I know that the season is rushed and there is not enough setup sometimes, but I've never been as angry as some of these fans at a TV show. In the end, it's just a TV show, and if you didn't like it, just don't watch it. Or don't watch it again, I guess. Alright guys, that's it from me. Please like, subscribe and share the video if you enjoyed it. That would help me a lot. And leave a comment down below telling me what you thought about the ending. Alright, bye.